Alright, we're here back for another round. We won the die roll. We're going to play. Kind of a lackluster hand. Very land heavy, but it has a Geist and it has stuff, so we're going to keep it. I mean, it has a Geist and a Snap. No real way to make any room for Geist. But we'll play this colony and pass, and hopefully our deck will treat us well. And we'll draw into nothing but spells. Forest, is this a bird of paradise? Oh gosh, it's a slippery Boggle. Well, now we'll really get the chance to test out our. We're gonna get this and probably just Helix him to test out our. Hopefully we actually, yeah, we're definitely gonna get a Blood Crypt. Does we need to? No, because we can get a Water Grave with our Flooded Strand, and that would give us red. That would be black, red, white. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is going to be Ethereal Armor, and we're going to be taking 5? Guess we'll see. Alright, so we're going to take 4 and get Totem Armor. We really, really, really want to draw a Crackling Doom. I mean, if we can, it's going to be super blowout. We could save this for Core Firewalker, but we run so much removal, maybe we'll just draw more. I want to make use of our mana. Path is useless. Now, if he does not have a Daybreak Coronet, there is a possibility we can race him. So gaining the life is definitely relevant. And that Flooded Strand has to get a Watery Grave. No Daybreak Coronet. Don't play one. Don't do it. This is not a Daybreak Coronet. I just gotta believe it. This is a... I don't know. He's decided to play Spirit Mantle or something. Something much worse than Daybreak Coronet because he's terrible. It's a Daybreak Coronet. That's awful. It's terrible. Okay, so now we really can't race him. Now our only real way to have any chance to win this match. We're not even going to block. Is with a card I just said. Crackling Doom. That is our only chance. This is not a Crackling Doom. So we'll still survive a turn. God, Path is awful. Maybe we just go... Maybe we just plan to Helix him. Actually... God, that's friggin'. That thing has Vigilance. Yeah, there's really no way we can win this game at this point. If we attack, that just gives him more life. We're just on the Snapcaster Mage, Lightning Helix, absorb 1 damage plan. But basically, we negate the damage loss from our Scalding Tarn. Is it even worth? I mean, it's got... Man, these are just tiny edges. It doesn't really matter. It's 1 damage. I mean, we're definitely going to play it. Yeah, target Helix. Helix this guy. I don't, you know, fine, we'll block. And he still played Spirit Mantle. And there's no Crackling Doom. And we're at 6, so if we block with the Restoration Angel, then we gain, or then 8, we go to 2. Sure. We'll even just get the Black Source preemptively. Oh, pro creatures. Nah, we're just dead. This is really like, this is our worst matchup. Okay, so we want the Wear Tears, and we want Engineered Explosives, and the gate seems reasonable. We might be able to get a Daybreak Coronet with it. We are going to be on the play, so that's to our advantage. Clicks. Well, we're definitely bringing in a Crackling Doom. Paths are horrible. They do nothing. Nothing. And actually, remands really aren't that good either. Slider games are too slow. I mean, Thunder Mahawkite's also quite slow. Maybe we just want like this, maybe to slow him down a little. Yeah, I mean, that seems reasonable. We'll give this a shot. If the hand has a couple lands and a Crackling Doom, we are definitely, oh my gosh, keeping it. Okay, here for round 2. Yes, we will play first. This hand sucks. We're going to have to mulligan. There's just nothing, there's no way we're going to win with this hand. This hand, oh my gosh. Excuse me, I'm sick. God. We want this, and we want this, and we got to have lands to do it. And mulligans is going to be like, there's no way we're going to cast. We're never going to draw off the top of our deck into a Timely Crackling Doom. We have no lands or mulliganing. Jesus. Oh my gosh, we're keeping this. This might actually get there. We're not going to fetch, though. We want to draw a land. So, gosh, Engineering Explosive is pretty good, too. I don't think we're going to be fetching anyway, so we're going to play the Steam Vents. Plus, depending on what, if we draw land, we're going to need the correct colors for Crackling Doom, so we want to get into the correct land. Slippery Boggle. Yup. Please draw land. It's not a land. We're going to play this land. See, we could play Engineered Explosives on 1, but I am kind of fine to just, if we don't draw a land, we are going to play Explosives on 1. Okay, we're definitely going to play Explosives on 1 now. Land. Yup. Okay, so this is going to hurt. Oh, man. Okay, this sucks. Actually, so we need red, white, and black. And this is why I've been wondering if we need a Godless Shrine in this deck, because we cannot give ourselves red, white, and black with the lands that we currently have. This is going to be painful. This really helps him here, but we're going to do it. So we're going to play Explosives on 1, and we're going to shock ourselves, and I'm trying to decide, do we get a black land and hope to draw into a white source? Oh man, it's real awkward. Because obviously, like, let's say we shock ourselves with Steam Vents, with Flooded Strand, we get the Blood Crypt or the Watery Grave, and then draw into another non-white source. That's awful. You know, it may just be that Igandro Castle needs to be a Godless Shrine just for this purpose, because this is not the first time this kind of thing has happened to me. I mean, we're not doing terrible because we can still Explosives him here, but, and he's at 2. I didn't even look. I guess he must have mulliganed quite a bit. You know, I guess we don't really have to decide now. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2. We're going to Sunblast for 1. And if he just attacks us for 2, then we're just going to take the 2. If he like doesn't play an enchantment, then we're just going to take 2. That's fine. We're just going to take 2 here. And hope we draw another land. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to play this land now, and now we'll be cracking explosives. And we'll be fetching both lands at the end of turn. And we can go ahead and get either black source, it doesn't matter. Totem Armor is not going to protect against the sacrifice effect. Opponent has 1 card, so we have 2 of these guys as well. So here we'll just get we have plenty of red. We have plenty of blue. So we'll just get this guy. And here we're gonna get the Hollowed Fountain. Well, that'll be good. Can't quite dig yet, even with the lands we have. Depending on what he played next turn, I would almost just, like, I'm hoping he loads up on this thing. But if he didn't, like if he just attacked, and we could cast dig, which we can't, I would consider, we'll go ahead and do the Doom. If we could cast, what I was going to say, if we could cast dig, then I might just take 2, cast dig. So I think at this point it will probably be hard for us to lose, but we'll see. There's very little that he could play that I would rather, like I would rather dig. I would rather exile these 4 cards and dig and take whatever damage he's going to play, unless he like plays a land and goes like Ethereal Armor, Daybreak Coronet. In that case, I wouldn't probably not want to take it, but I will take 2 here. We'll see what else he does. I'm actually fine to take 2 just so that I can dig. It's not like he's gaining life or anything. I mean, that's whatever. We're gonna delve the. I mean, we can delve them away and like regardless because we're not casting them. But we'll just go ahead and delve now. Explosives is good. We do need to establish a clock. I think we're just going to take a Crackling Doom and a Geist of St. Traft, and that will probably seal the deal. Put them back in some kind of order. There's a negate. He's got 1 card in hand. Even if it's a Daybreak, let's see if it's a Daybreak Coronet. I mean, if it was a Daybreak Coronet, we do take a good amount of damage. So maybe we'll just pass 1 more turn, we'll Crackling Doom, and then we'll play Geist. Probably going to sack Horizon Canopy just to draw a card. I mean, the more he loads up on enchantments, the better for us. So hopefully he drew one. No, he didn't. Or he didn't draw one that he could afford. Yeah, so we're going to Doom again. Play our Geist. Can we see black, white, red? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we don't have enough lands to do it anyway. It would be nice to leave up negate. So with Scalding Tarn, we can get a blue source. So we're gonna do blue, white, and the blue because why not? Pass turn. I guess we could have. No, we needed to tap that white source. If it doesn't do any, if we don't negate anything, yeah, I mean we'll negate a Rancor. Sure, why not? So we'll attack. I hope we are as fortunate next game with all of the Crackling Dooms. And then we'll go ahead and actually we only have one white source, so we can wait. Fine. Just Helix and Dead. Man, Crackling Doom makes this matchup, which was practically unwinnable before, significantly better. I like the Black Splash. I mean, I think Crackling Doom really improves this matchup, which is awful for this deck. You just almost have to hope you don't play it. And I think Slaughter Games improves our worst matchups, which are uninteractive combo decks. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like Ad Nauseam goes off around turn 5, which means that if we can Slaughter Games Ad Nauseam on turn 4 and they can't go off yet, we can take all of their Ad Nauseams and then we win. And if we can cast it against Scapeshift, we'll probably win that game too. So we could probably even get away with bringing it in against Storm. If we leave in all our remands and negate and wear tears, like I said, install them out. Maybe not Twin, but maybe. I don't know. Probably kind of slow against Twin, but I don't know. I like adding the fourth color splash. We're gonna keep what we have. Still not a big fan of the remands, but it does slow him down, and that's kind of what we're looking to do. Slow him down, find the cards we want. All right, we'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay, we took a quick pause there. We have the key card yet again, but we're going to get punished if we keep a one-lander. This deck cannot do that. It's not like we can go one-lander, Serum Vision, set up our next couple of draws. So we're going to have to mulligan. I'm going to mulligan. I mean, this hand is totally reasonable as far as like normal hands, but I feel like we'll just die. We're going to keep this awful hand and hope we get there because we're at 4. I mean, at least it has a Crackling Doom, and maybe we'll draw 2 lands and we can doom him, but we're probably going to die. I mean, draw a land. That's sweet. So right now, that's probably positioned to get a Water Grave, but we do need to get a red source. What would be nice is if he just goes super all-in. He will get that Rancor back, I guess. If he goes super all-in, and we manage to live long enough to cast this Crackling Doom. That's not what we wanted. We'll pass the turn. Let's see, what did our opponent... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, he does not look like he mulled. Please draw a land. Pretty please draw land. Alright, that'll do it. So this is going to get a... We're going to go down to 3, but it's going to get a Blood Crypt. Actually, this is not... This has happened to me before. We can't, because Blood Crypt makes 2 of the colors. Alright, I really like the Black Splash, but we have to make the mana better. I may have to get rid of Igonjo Castle. Because if that Igonjo Castle was a flooded strand instead right now, even if it was a Sacred Foundry, then we would be able to cast the spell. But right now, Igonjo Castle is not working, and we're going to die because of it, which is unfortunate. I mean, we would have had to have gone down, we would have had to shock ourselves to 4 and then gone down to 1, but then we could have Crackling Doomed. Darn it. Man, who likes losing games to their own lands? Okay. So, we're going to have to make a change here. And as much as I like Igonjo Castle, I am a fan of this card. I played at FNM the other day, and I was able to punch Geist through with Igonjo Castle. This card is sweet. But we are now running 4 colors. And as you saw right there, we were absolutely punished because of it. So I'm going to take this guy out, and in its place, I'm going to, let's go to cards here. I'm going to bring in a Sacred Foundry. Now, it might also be that we just want to cut this Slayer Stronghold and go 4 Flooded Strands. Because now we have, let's see, we have 8 fetch lands, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 targets. Gosh, yeah, you know what? I mean, Slayer Stronghold's been such a fun little pet card for me. I have really enjoyed casting it. I have enjoyed like activating it in paper, but with our mana base being as taxing, like adding that 4th color is definitely more taxing. And it's not like the spell is black-red colorless. The spell is black, red, white. So we really need to be able to get, hit all of those colors. So for that reason, I think we just need to cut the Slayer Stronghold and make our mana base look like this. I missed the utility lands already. I love utility lands, but I think this is what we're going to have to go with. It just ensures that we get all of our colors more regularly. Gives us 9 fetches, which is better for dig, but also just gives us that many more reason to hit our, 11 targets. I don't want that to happen again. That we played in that last match that happened, was it twice? I can't remember if the first time was in the pod matchup where we were like almost struggling to cast Crackling Doom, but clearly we need to improve the ability to, you know, manage our mana base. So out with the Slayer Stronghold. Out with that Igonjo Castle. I missed those spells already. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 losses. Too bad. But I think we've proved that Crackling Doom definitely has a home in the deck. As I said before, I don't know if I want it to be a 3rd Electrolyze. I'm going to just go ahead and pull this up over here, and I'll bring it over in just a second here. Let's take a look. The metagame online right now, this is standard, check out modern, is, thanks MTG Goldfish, you guys do a good job. We got Birthing Pod, which Crackling Doom is good against Birthing Pod. We have Blue-Red Delver. Crackling Doom is not good against Blue-Red Delver. We have Scapeshift. Crackling Doom is not good against Scapeshift, but Slaughter Game is. We have Junk. Crackling Doom is good against Junk. You can also conveniently redirect Slaughter Game's damage to Liliana of the Veil. We have Teamer Delver. Probably still too slow for a Delver deck, but it does kill Goyf. We have Affinity, which Crackling Doom is great against Affinity. We also have Amulet of Vigor, which actually I think Crackling Doom and Slaughter Games are probably both pretty decent against that deck. Normally my plan against Amulet of Vigor is just to race them with Geist, but Slaughter Games comes in early enough where we could potentially take it. Well, if they go off with Amulet, we're not taking a Primeval Titan, but we could potentially get rid of Mind, whatever it is. The one I can't think all of a sudden, but it's the enchantment that they play that copies. Like they basically the way it works is they play this enchantment. You know, let's look at the list. It's right here in front of us. What are we doing? Where is it at? Hive Mind. So they play Hive Mind, then they play a Pact. You're forced to copy it. As you can see, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. So they play a Pact. You have to play a Pact. You can't pay for it. You lose. So definitely, we have a great game against their normal game plan. Play all the Primeval Titans you want. We are just going to Path to Exile all of them. But we will die to Hive Mind. However, this Slaughter Games improves this matchup by quite a bit. And we probably don't even need Crackling Dooms. Actually, what we probably do is just cut a couple of bolts and... probably just cut a couple of bolts and bring in a couple of Crackling Dooms. Make sure we can kill these Titans. Make sure we can get rid of Hive Mind with Slaughter Games. Got a Geist deck. Yay! Is this the Delver deck? Nope. This is what we're playing. Something very similar. It's actually good again in the mirror as well. So again, I have sold myself. I like the Black Splash. That is probably what I will be playing. It's good against the mirror. It's good against Pod. It's good against Junk. It's good against Affinity. It's good against Amulet of Vigor. Is this White Black Tokens? This is just like Soul Sisters. Do they play? It's reasonable against this deck. It's pretty bad against Squadron Hawk. It's really bad against Lingering Souls. Junk does play Lingering Souls, but let's see, are they Lingering Souls? Yeah, 80% of them are. It's bad against Lingering Souls, but I mean we have Remands and Electrolyzes for that. Yeah, okay, so I am sold on it. I don't know if we went 1 or 2 in the main. If that's what I was trying to determine. It hit, like, of these top 4 decks on this list, if we just do top 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's good against 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6. So I think 2 in the main board's probably fine. As far as the even mind sensors and the clicks, I like click against Junk because I want to get rid of Liliana. I like even mind. Maybe just the 1/1 split is fine for right now. Like, you know, we could like cut a Hellkite and bring in another one of these, but I like having the Curve Topper. We didn't quite get there against Pod in the first match, but if we had sent the Helix to the Dome, I think we would have. So sure, it's just one example, but I like being able to dig or just top deck a Thundermaw Hellkite with a Geist on the board and be able to do 9. I think that's reason enough to run it. Okay, so we have a better mana base now. You guys probably noticed we're only running 3 Remands. Remand's great. I like Remand. Sometimes Remand's not good. It's kind of hard to cut down to 4, but we're cutting down to 3. We have to make cuts in somewhere, and so, you know, we're not going to cut these. We're not going to cut Path. We're not going to cut Bolt, Helix, or Snap, or Geists. I feel like this is my opinion here. The things you can never change in the deck, the things you have to run in order for this deck to run to optimal efficiency are, in this version, I'm not going to say the Dooms. Usually I'd say 4 Remands, but we're not. Just show those somewhere. Are those spells. You have to run all of those spells in basically roughly those numbers. And you can get creative, like maybe you in your meta, you don't want a Hellkite, maybe you want a Batter Skull, or maybe you want a Chronos because your local paper meta has a ton of Jund decks or Junk decks, and Chronos is great in those matchups. Maybe Crackling Doom. Maybe you only play Blue-Red Delver and Crackling Doom sucks. And in that case, maybe you want to bring in, if you're just only playing Blue-Red Delver, maybe you just want to go for a couple of sudden shocks. Or maybe you want to bring in an Electrolyze and a sudden shock. Maybe even Mind Sensor is worthless in your meta because it's all combo and you want to bring in another Vendilion Click. Or maybe you just play a ton of combo and you want to play 3 Vendilion Clicks here, here, and here. I don't know. But that's, I feel like, where the flexibility is in this build. Okay, so anyway, long story short here, we have better mana. We're going to play a couple more games. It's gonna, I know it's been a little bit, by the way, since I've made some content, but, there was Thanksgiving and just, I get busy, with normal stuff. And I fly out to Texas tomorrow, and I will be gone. See, tomorrow's the 10th. I come back Tuesday, so I'll be gone from the 10th through the 16th. So you definitely won't see any content from me then, unless I do something weird like bust out my iPhone and record a video of something, which I've considered doing. So yeah, so let's play another game.